What is up, Invisible Corporations? My name is Jimmy, also known as YmmijTortuga, and we beat the game in the last episode. The last thing that I really want to do, and I always do this with games, and you'll hear me say that several different times upcoming, is because I wasn't planning on the ending credits scene to be so long, but there is a long ending credits scene followed by a final cut scene at the end of this video, so I'm recording this post watching that. So I hope you guys are excited to hear my thoughts of the game, what took down, etc. So hit that like button down below. Subscribe to Invisible Corporations. There isn't going to be a ton of gameplay. It's literally just going to be credits in this episode. So be warned. A lot of talking. I will say I was tired. But there is a lot of credits in the scene. But these people deserve to be on the screen. And because it took a lot to get this to get this project done, and I'm super happy I could get it to you guys. So guys, without further ado, let's roll the end credits, and you guys can listen to my thoughts. It's cool that Aloy found it. I think that's it. What a ride this game was. I thoroughly enjoyed this. Yeah, it's credits. I thoroughly did enjoy this game and whatnot. And once again, I apologize for all the rage and whatnot, but Hades, it still didn't really tell why Hades wanted to kill me directly. I guess it's because she specifically, Aloy being she, had the means to stop Hades and what he was trying to do. That's the only thing I can think of, where everybody else is like, yeah, it's a threat, but I'm gonna kill him anyway. But it's like the entity was definitely high priority. And shout-outs, by the way, to all these people that made this amazing game, because it's good. It's really, really good, and what a heck of a finale. It was something, that is for sure. I know I cut a lot of the end, or not a lot of the end, actually. It didn't take me all that long to finish, but I'll figure out exactly what I put in. But I know there will be some rage in there, because you guys, like I said, basically got the idea, is basically what I said. I'm going to try to cut this down to where it's only an hour-long video, but as you guys will see, I want to show the credits too, so that really depends on all of that. But just what a game, and I really look forward to seeing what Forbidden West has, I think that's what it's called, is the Forbidden West or whatever, like in the Frozen Wilds and everything. But I think it's Horizon Forbidden West. It's like might be another thing of what maybe Elizabeth did, maybe more on Hades and just kind of expanding upon this. I think it's such a good game, such a good story and everything. I'm just happy I decided to play it. And I've been recording all day, which is another reason I'm tired. I've been recording literally since 9 o'clock. It's currently like 6 or 10 o'clock rather. It's 6. I've been recording more or less for about 8 hours today. I really wanted to finish it in this particular recording session today. So that is that, my friends. So we are definitely going to let the credits roll. I am of the belief that the people who worked on the game should be shown on screen, even if I'm not saying their names and whatnot. A shout out to all these people, and the end of the series definitely deserves the shout outs to the people who made the amazing game. So we are definitely gonna run through the credits. You know, well, how does Aloy live now? Obviously, she kind of dismissed herself from the tribe. She does not. She is definitely not one who will live with those rules, but with her being a seeker, she'll be able to do, you know, whatever she wants to do and come and go as she pleases. I think at this point it's time to heal the world with all the destruction of what the machines did. I think the machines just overall didn't like the humans because the machines didn't know the humans and all of the above. I mean, obviously they lived within, obviously, the sacred land and everything, and but obviously all that knowledge was lost. And maybe within the DLC of the game, or maybe even in Forbidden West, we'll see what happens afterwards. Like I said, what does Aloy do after this? So that's really, really cool. My gosh. Man. Man, oh man. And I decided, for a while I hadn't been wearing headphones. I said this at the beginning of this series, but I didn't want to miss anything. And especially an audio-driven game like this, where there were specifically parts where Aloy was really hard to hear. And I probably talked over her quite a few times myself. And it was, I do apologize for that. But what a game. What a game. It'll be cool to see, because obviously there's so much more there. And we learned why Ross, I didn't really talk about too much of what it is, but Ross, we learned why he was cast out, and the fact that he was just defending his daughter. And just because people will always be people, man, and it's sad to say that there's people like the, I guess like the bandits, I'm gonna call them, that ended up killing Rost's daughter. People will be people just to be, cruel and mean, and I've never understood that type of violence. It's like it never made any sense to me. It's like I figured, especially with all these games, it's like we talk about war, we talk about this, we talk about that. It's like we haven't learned anything ourselves, which is really, really weird. So we'll get to it at some point here. So we're definitely gonna, like I said, let these credits roll. Again, all these people deserve to be recognized. Big shout outs to, once again, all of these people who, worked on the game. This is a big, big project. And it was not for naught. It was not for naught, if that makes sense. So, if my calculations are correct, I'm looking at my thing. Today is Tuesday, assuming the schedule didn't change between now and then. I don't think it will, but I do believe today is Tuesday. 2, 4, 6... Oh, maybe not. 2, 4, 5, 6, 2, 4. Yeah, no, today's Tuesday. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, today's Tuesday. This is an even number episode. Okay. Yeah, so today's Tuesday. So Thursday on my slot is going to be a start of a brand new series. I'm going to be honest, as of recording this, I have no idea what that's going to be. I've actually reached out to people. I'm not going to make it a question of the day, because by the time this episode actually comes out, I'll be well into recording whatever the next series is. But we're looking at that 100%. 100%. Let's see here. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Because I'm well recorded in advance, because I really wanted to finish this game. I didn't think this series was going to be quite this long, though, because I think 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 40, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is episode 45. I didn't think this was going to be that long. Let me count again. 35, 6, 7, 8, 9, 40, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. So this is episode 45, the finale, obviously. Really long finale. And again, it's like I do apologize of, the super, super long episode. But again, I'm under the belief that the credits need to roll and these people need to be appreciated. It's like, I think that's definitely a fair shout. They worked so hard on this game, and I'm super happy that I was able to experience it with you guys. Now, that all being said, we didn't really touch a lot of the side quests. So that could be another thing I hope you guys enjoy when you play the game. It gives you an idea on that. But obviously, main story was done through here. And yeah, I hope you guys, like I said, I hope you guys thoroughly enjoyed. I did, despite the ragey ending. I just didn't think it was fair that I was being targeted by not only the Deathbringer, but by all the other machines. And yeah, and fan arts, we love you. Ah, that's awesome. I love that. I love that. Cosplayers and everything. That is awesome that they shout that out. Cosplayers and fan art, they encourage it. It's like it's so good to see a game do that and embrace the fandom. That's super cool. I like that a lot, and it gets me excited to play Forbidden West. I will say Forbidden West will not be my next series. I'm not sure what the next series is going to be, in all honesty. I'd like to try to do a little bit of a shorter game, 15 to 20 hours, rather than all of this. And yeah, thank you for playing. Thank you for an amazing game. To all the people that were shown, I'm sorry I didn't read out a lot of the names, really any of them at all. We'll see if there's an ending cutscene or anything of that nature and see what happens. So here it is, the Frozen Wild, and then we still got some more, people on here. This is for the DLC, which we didn't actually explore, but it was a free DLC for all this. So I think that'll be relatively fine to show off these guys, which is really good. So, well, I'm tired, my friends. So, I think we're gonna wrap up. Like I said, we're gonna wrap up as soon as this is done. I mean, obviously, it's super good. The lore behind the game is really incredible. It was a lot of fun. And I look forward to whatever the next series is going to be. We've kind of bounced around between a lot of different things, and we'll have to see. We'll have to see. And then there's all the cast and everything, the voice actors, which obviously they did a fantastic job. Which is really, really cool. But yeah, it takes a lot of effort to make a game like this, and it doesn't happen overnight, and it's crazy to think about that it's so close and everything to this, and wow, just wow. Alright. Like I said, I always feel bad for skipping these credits, but I kind of feel like we should end the episode here. But it's alright. We can do that. Yo, another huge shout out to the, I guess, executives of Invisible Corporation for allowing me to play. Shout outs to Chaos and Tui. Because obviously it's with their support that I was able to play this. We added a second slot specifically for the series. Otherwise, it would have taken a lot longer, 45 episodes, but you saw 2 a week. Ended up being, 22 and a half weeks, which is still a lot of weeks, It's about half a year. It's got a lot. Obviously, I could try to math out how long it's going to be by the time this is, but I think we're into June, July time at this point, so happy summer. It is not summer currently when I'm recording this, but that's okay. It's all good. It's all good. So, look at all the people, though. It just boggles my mind with that. It's super crazy. It's super, super crazy. Yeah, I'm still trying to figure out what a Horizon Forbidden West is going to be, in terms of all of this, and going and continuing on with the story of what Aloy did, and maybe it's just afterwards. I mean, it did say Forbidden West, so it's like, why is it forbidden? And we'll kind of get into that as well. So expect that soon. I do plan to eventually do Forbidden West. I would love to do it for this channel, but like I said, it's not going to be the next series. I'm going to take a break from this type of game. Like I said, I'd like to try to get a short game, by comparison, like 15 to 20 hours. Maybe not even, instead of a 30, 40-hour game. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. We shall see what happens, my friends. But you guys have stuck. If you guys have stuck around this long, I appreciate you so much. Because I know the credits aren't exactly the craziest thing to watch and everything. I hope you guys are enjoying the music and everything. And if you are here, a big thank you. Type. What should I have you do? Type motion for motion capture talent. Why not? Type motion in the comments below. You guys are absolutely awesome here. So again, all these people. But this also shows it's like it was a really long game, a lot of efforts and we're probably about a half an hour into credits alone. So that's absolutely crazy. So yeah, I don't think I'm gonna get this under an hour. So I thank Chaos and Tui for putting up with this, but finales tend to be longer anyway, and I know episode 44 was longer as well. As I tried to figure out that ended up being 45 minutes, so that wasn't too bad. But I know this is gonna be, I think, probably in the end about an hour, 15-minute, hour and a half finale. But again, all these people deserve to be on the screen and showed, and just because I'm impatient, that's no. Let's give them the screen time that they deserve, because they worked hard on this game. If it wasn't for them, it wouldn't be for this game. So yeah, so it was definitely something. Yeah, the music, we didn't really talk too much about the music, but the music was really good. I definitely liked it, and it just had a fantastic story. Overall, the game did. I feel like I'm going to start repeating myself, but Sony Interactive Entertainment. President Andrew House. Worldwide. America. Yep. So now we're getting into all of this here. And again, it's up to Sony and PlayStation here also. Thank you to them for allowing the game to even be on there. Oh my goodness. Just outstanding. Outstanding. So, yeah. Pardon me for being on my phone. What the hell? Great game, great game. All right. So, yeah, what's going on? What's going on next? Like I said, we're not 100% sure. I'm trying to find a good 15-hour game. Something relatively small, that'll be, if I do 30-minute episodes, that'll be about 30 episodes, which is still, a relatively lengthy series. I mean, I did take a lot off of this and whatnot, and I'll have to see what my final playtime is on this. But I would like to do a relatively shorter series. I'm kind of aiming to keep it to 10-15 episodes, to be completely honest. But I just don't know what games. If you guys are here, I'm not going to make it a question of the day, because I have a feeling a lot of you have fallen off at this point, which is fine, or fell off. Which is, like I said, which is fine. I know the credits aren't exactly the most exciting thing, but I still think they should be shown on screen. But what would you like to see me do? Non-Pokemon content? I mean, minus some collaborative stuff. We did, obviously, Pokemon Coliseum with Damien a while back ago, but you know, what would you like to see me do? What would you like to see me do on the channel? I would love to love to figure it out, and I'll do my best to make it happen. It might not happen right away, and we'll see. You know, we'll see just what I can do. You know, yeah, no. Oh my goodness. Oh. All right. So. I'm kind of thinking a heavy story game, probably not for, obviously, like I said, not for the next series, but for the series after that. And then maybe, I mean, depending on how I feel, maybe the series then after that, maybe we can do Forbidden West. Because the other thing I want, yeah, no, I mean, there's all of that stuff. Oh my goodness. A lot of people. And again, it's like, this game is good. We didn't explore the DLC. I'll leave that to you guys for when you played the game, because, again, it's like, you'll take another path that I didn't do, you know? I made things hard for me. I know I do, because I don't pay attention. I just want to go. It's like, I don't like grinding. I never have. I never will. But, yeah. So, yeah, here's the skip and whatnot, so... Oh, man, I'm running out of things to talk about. Hopefully by the time this episode airs, you know, I can kind of get into some Pokemon things. Hopefully we'll know a little bit more about Scarlet and Violet if we're in June, July-ish time. Maybe, maybe not. But I'm super excited for those games. Those are over on my main channel. Obviously, all the links are in the description below. I say it every single episode. So, yeah, we're looking at, like, an hour and a half. We're looking at, like, a half an hour just specifically for credits, so... So, yeah. My goodness. My goodness. So yeah, I'll probably put, like, it's like, yes, this video is an hour and a half long or whatever it is, but, you know, right here it's like, you know, you want to hear my thoughts and everything. I'll probably make that, you know, a little bit a thing. Anyway, you guys have already seen it at this point. Like I said, if you guys made it this far, you guys are absolute epic peoples. You know, hearing my thoughts on the game and everything. Maybe even, actually, maybe what I'll make this is just the credits and end sequence. Maybe I'll switch that up and do end credits as a secondary episode. I'll figure that out. You guys will obviously already see this, and it'll kind of be, like I said, like I said, you guys will already know this. It's like, I'm not quite sure, but like I said, I'm running out of things to talk about. I didn't think this was going to be super long. I mean, I've gone this far. I might as well finish this. But we're at an hour and a half as it is in the recording, and I know I'm going to cut some off, but it's not going to be everything, and I don't want people. I don't know, we'll see. Like I said, I'll talk with Chaos and Tui, and we'll figure something out. There's just so many people that worked on this game. So many people. And the game was the game actually ended up being longer than what I thought it was going to be. Like, I remember when I first started the recording session, when I first started, back in episode 35, by the way, that tells you I've done 10 episodes, 11 episodes, actually. I remember looking at the main missions. Obviously, no spoilers or anything. But we definitely, I noticed that there were still a lot of main missions. I mean, it wasn't going to be super, super long, but there were definitely a lot of main missions, and it's crazy. It's just crazy. So I knew it was going to take us a little bit longer than what had anticipated. But like I said, it'll end up being 45, 46 episodes, whatever I end up choosing to do. So now we're getting into America. Sony Interactive. You know, a huge thank you to everybody once again on this list for doing this. Yeah, long credit scene. Long credit scene. I really do think that these guys definitely deserve to be on here. Like I said, they worked so hard on the game, but long credit scene is long. There's a lot of people that worked on this game, as I can see. I imagine we've seen names over and over again as well. But, long credit scene be long. That's all I gotta say. Long credit scene be long. Well, I'm gonna go enjoy the rest of my day. I hope you guys, like I said, thoroughly enjoyed this series. Enjoy what else is going on. I know Chaos is doing either Yu-Gi-Oh! Or Fire Emblem. I think Yu-Gi-Oh! Is still going on at this point. There were a lot of episodes of that as well. And we're basically done. And we were basically done at the start of Yu-Gi-Oh! There's still a lot that needs to happen. But I think Yu-Gi-Oh! Is still going on. And then he will continue his playthrough of Fire Emblem afterwards, I think. Maybe. I think that was the plan. And then we'll go from there and whatnot. Very nice. Oh, man. Man, oh man, oh man. I'll figure out what to do with these credits here. I'm actually wondering if I'm going to even keep them in, but obviously if you guys see this, I did. But this is long. It's like, I think these people deserve to be here and deserve the screen time, but at the same time, it's like, this isn't entertaining to watch. I know it isn't. And like I said, I'm running out of things to talk about. This could be its own whole episode. And I'm just curious to see if there's one final cutscene at the end of this to kind of prep us for, you know, Forbidden West. That's kind of what I'm holding off for. And then I think after that I'll make my decision. So now we got Japan on there. Like I said, a lot of people from Japan. Oh my goodness. Voiceover and translation. Yep. Now we're gonna get all of those people out there. Just such a good game. So many people are involved with these games. And again, it's like we've been at this we're approaching 40 minutes here. Just on credits alone. It's absolutely crazy. So like I said, if this ends up being episode 46, because I decide to split it, which I might, like I said, we got to talk to Chaos and Tui and whatnot, and you guys will already have seen it. But yeah, it'll just basically be, the finale will be, yeah, the finale will be obviously there, will be the last episode. This will just kind of be my thoughts and credits to thank the people. I think that's what we ended up doing, because I think that's what that's gonna be. So I'll do a separate recording and everything. Like I said, to kind of hear my thoughts. You know, I'm recording this directly after that, and it's not like I can stop it or anything. But I think that's what I'm gonna end up doing. So we'll see what happens. So now we got Japan, Asia. Like I said, there's a lot of people, and they deserve the screen time. So that's what I'm doing here. So yeah, I hope you guys are, like I said, enjoying all the stuff here on Invisible Corporations. There's obviously a lot going on here on the channel. There's something for everybody, as Chaos always says. And if you have any suggestions of anything that we could be doing, please let us know. And again, if you guys are actually watching this and listening to my thoughts, you guys are absolutely epic, guys. Thank you so much. Because, like I said, there's not going to be anything unless there's something at the end. So yeah, it's good stuff. It is very, very good stuff. CEO. But yeah, we're always looking to improve. Obviously, there's always looking to improve with the series and whatnot. I would love to do some more heavier editing, kind of like what I did with my Paper Mario series. It kind of didn't work with OOTR, and then this series I didn't exactly have the time, as I did with Paper Mario, to put into it, with the background changing and the fun stuff and everything. But I think in the next series I kind of want to start capturing that a little more, which is another reason why I want to do a smaller series, to, kind of get those fun edits, get that in. But timing is always a rough thing. 100%. So yeah, I did say at one point that this was going to be the end, the last episode. But I mean, this particular one is going to be. But like I said, there's only so much to talk about, and I do apologize again. It's like, this is just more or less an episode, and again, you're probably 30, 40 minutes into this already, but this is just to show off the people here. So I will 100% do a separate intro and outro for episode 45 versus this. These credits are just super long, that I don't think I can justify a 2-hour episode. I think Chaos would not be happy. So we're going to, like I said, we'll split it, and it'll be good. I'll have to figure something else out for just the thoughts and everything. I'll probably take a screenshot of, Aloy holding up her bow at the end of the episode for this thumbnail here, and just kind of, end credits and everything. But again, the ending really was at the end of the last episode here, so. Unless there's a fun little cutscene after this. Ryan Cashman, producer. There's so many people that worked on it. Like, the fact that we've gone, and I know this was maybe even in the DLC, but the fact that there's, we've been going for about 40 minutes, it just shows how much people, and it's like, wow. It's like they've had their hands on this game, and it's like, I'm never going to and the sad part is I'm never going to be able to remember them. You know the voice actors and everything for the game, but you never remember the people that work behind the scenes, and I appreciate their efforts so much. I really do. And it's mind-boggling that it takes so many people around the world, nonetheless, to make a game like this. And as good as it was, they got a high expectation to live up with it. Pan. That's great. They got high expectations to live up with it with Forbidden West. We're at the XPEC Art Center. We're in the X's. Are we almost done with the credits? They all deserve to be on here, but like I said, if you guys watch this episode, this kind of my thoughts on everything, you guys are champs, because it was definitely something. And maybe it's because you know there's an end cutscene. Maybe you skipped ahead to the end cutscene. I don't know. We shall see. But I don't plan to do very many, if any, cuts. If I'm going to be completely honest on this particular side. We shall see overall. Why would you do that? See, I never understood why they do that. Cubic motion. Navi. Resentment. Recast. $2011. Okay. So I think these are maybe the next companies that made it? So now we got all these other companies that did it, that helped in this game, which was absolutely epic. And it looks like that's finally the end of the credits. If you made it this far, you guys are absolutely epic. There is indeed one more cutscene. I figured. Oh boy. Oh boy. There's Silas.
Hello, old friend. Remember me? We've still so much to discuss. So much you never revealed. Your masters, for example. The ones who sent the signal that woke you. Knowledge has its rewards, don't you think? Well, let's begin.
Oh, wonderful. He did say he'd do it all over. My gosh. What a crazy dude, man. Well, if you guys did indeed make it this far and you saw that very ending there, kind of gives you a heads up for when Forbidden West does eventually get here on the channel. I'm expecting, I'm going to be honest, it probably won't show up on the channel. It's going to be a little bit. It's going to be a little bit. The state of the world has been just before the looming shadow prior to the final beta. You keep all loot and experience for successful. New Game Plus has been unlocked. New Game Plus, thanks for playing. We're going to hit continue. And now we can do basically everything, right? We're able to go everywhere and do whatever we did. So guys, thank you so much for watching this entirety of the series. Literally the entirety of it. You guys are absolutely epic. Stay tuned for what the next thing is. You guys are absolutely epic. And I cannot wait to see what you got. I cannot wait until to see what's next, and I'm super excited. Guys, thank you so much. And we will catch you in the next series. Take care, everybody.